on the last episode of Sheila Lives Out Loud. After moving to Nairobi and finding work as a cleaner, Priscilla met a man who took advantage of her and dumped her once she told him she was expecting baby Natalie. She then lost her job while 4 months pregnant and decided to return to her parents' home. Her family, sadly, sent her back to the city where she had no option but join scores of people who live on the streets of Nairobi by night.
I did not know what to do. I first called friends who we were working with and who we were in high school together and told them what had happened. A few of them told me to go where they were living in those sides of Isili. And 3 weeks later, one of them lost their job. So again, none of us could support the other. And we were all thrown out of that one-roomed house. And I found myself in Nairobi alone in the streets. So every day I would walk looking for a job. I was pregnant. I was going through so much changes in my body. I didn't know what they were. I wasn't going for clinics. And one day when I was walking, because I used to walk, and then I realized there's so many people who live in the streets of Nairobi, and you can't tell during the day. But at night, there are these temporary makeshift homes that they make. So we were so many homeless people, and it was very insecure. So every day I would walk, and I remember one evening when I was walking, I was so hungry, and I was feeling like I want to throw up, and all that was coming out was some yellowish fluid because I had not eaten.
So it's just bile?
Yes, for 2 days. And there's this watchman who came and approached me and asked me, Priscilla, I know you're Priscilla because I've been seeing you around the street every day, and I hear people calling you Priscilla. Others give you handouts in form of food. But I'd like to help you. I'm a watchman. I'm employed by a church in the city. Don't fear me. I'm married. I have children. But every day, be coming where I work at 6:30, and I'll be housing you until you find a place to live. And that's how I found myself living in a church. I didn't have many clothes, and they were all in a paper bag. So he showed me where to shower, how to change, and then he would keep for me my stuff. And it was a secret between me and him, because if the pastor would find out, again, I'll be thrown out and I'll be homeless, and he'd also lose his job. So he protected me in that way until I was 8 months pregnant. So when I was 8 months pregnant, this lady I came across in town who had also gone through a similar situation like I had. And so she told me, you know what, I'll share your story with a friend of mine. I don't know what he can do because you're almost due. He can't give you a job, but maybe he'll give you a job once you deliver. But now how you'll deliver and where you'll be staying, that's the most immediate thing that we need to think about. So he sent me to this friend of hers. It was a Mhindi man. And I remember when I went to Westlands, because I walked from town to Westlands Center, my feet were so swollen. I looked like I'll give birth the next minute. And then Hindi looked at me and told me, I'm so sorry, whose child are you? And I told him, at the moment, I'm God's child.
And forever. Please don't cry because you're going to make me cry. But as you take a breath, Natalie, I come to you. When you listen to how difficult it was for your mom,
Yes.
how do you feel?
I feel so sorry for her.
I do too. I really do. But in having you here and seeing the poems and seeing how far you've come, you know that there's a bright future for you.
Yes, I do.
What do you want for your future? What do you see for yourself?
I see Natalie performing, writing books, and being popular.
We're all going to cry here. But it's good tears today, yes?
Yes.
It's good tears. And difficult circumstances, there's a reason why difficult circumstances will happen. And and we're happy. All these tears that we have today are not upset tears because they're happy tears. Going back, no, everybody have a sip of juice now. These are not just props. Please have some juice, Natalie. And Priscilla, we have to continue with this conversation. And the question I'm going to ask next is, obviously, difficult circumstances birth a lot of strength in people, and they birth a new way forward.
Yeah.
And it was not easy. I'm not even going to take us back to
Yeah.
what's made us, completely fall apart at the seams. It's the truth. It's life and it's what it is.
Yeah.
But you were able to deliver, Natalie.
Yes.
It was not easy because there were a few complications for Natalie.
Yes.
But God saw her through.
Yes.
Saw her through and brought you to where you are today.
Yes.
At some point, if you're able to teach, computer skills to kids,
Yes.
you were able to go into school
Yes.
and pick up something, which was really why you came to Nairobi in the first place.
Yes.
But in supporting Natalie and knowing that she's published her book, I've met a lot of people who've written,
Yes.
but finding a publisher and getting a book published is not easy.
Yes, it's
How
not.
did that happen?
Natalie is a miracle baby, because even after, finding means to deliver her, I went through a CS, and then after the first 1 year, she was diagnosed with heart problems. Her heart was a bit off place. It wasn't in the right position, and we went to Kijabe, where she was treated for a whole 6 months by some foreign pediatricians from the UK. And she has now recovered, and she doesn't take medicine at all. After that, she had a TB attack again. The devil doesn't like good things, so he's always trying to fight her. But, we've risen above that, and we know the secrets now.
Yeah.
So after she was treated with TB, and these Wazungus who came through for her when she had heart issues, I reached out to them and I told them Natalie can write and she loves it and she enjoys it. So she said, Priscilla, you've come a long way. Encourage that girl, and whatever she needs, we'll always be here. The day you feel you want to publish, tell us and we'll link you with someone in Nairobi, in as much as they're not in the country at the moment. So last year when my friends came and encouraged me, please help her publish. So I wrote an email to these people, and they gave us a very good contact of someone who publishes for people here in Kenya, and especially children. Natalie is like one of the first children he has done, but he goes around churches encouraging children, please do something with your life, and when you have material that you'd want me to come in, I won't charge you expensive, I'll be friendly to you, and I'll help you, I'll guide you. So we reached out to this person, and he gave Natalie a few tests. Can you write this for me? Can you write that for me? And when he saw the potential, he said, wow, let me see you work. And it was this big because we kept it in the house for 4 years, every day of writing, 365 days per year. So it was too much. And he said, I'll edit them. Do you want us to make poems since you're reciting much of what you've written? She said, yes, I'm a poet. And so our publisher is called Maxwell. And he's been working with her every time. There are times she'll write and the publisher will say, no, that's not enough. Go write more, come, we edit it. And, they've done amazing things together. And it's been nice. And I know publishing seems to be like this mountain that you can't move, but it's doable. When he told me the amount, the first time I was so shocked, Sheila, and he was saying the less books you produce, the higher the cost.
Exactly.
So you'd rather publish more,
exactly.
to bring down the cost. I was so shocked, and I didn't know whether we'll ever even publish even one book. So I told him, okay, give me time. He told me, if I give you time,
it will never be
2 years will pass, 5 years, you'll never do it. Natalie will be 20 and on her own. She's so lucky right now you're here, and she's so lucky now you're the one getting the bashing. She'll just sit pretty study and write, and I'll publish.
Right.
So you go work and come prepared as soon as possible. And he kept bothering me. Can I start? Can I start? And that meant finances. And so, I combined my computer teaching with other casual jobs, and I used to work even in the night and even babysit for people in Karen where we live, to be able to do the first batch of books. Yes, and in March this year, we held our first 1,000 copies.
Going back to Natalie's book, Natalie's poems, and I believe everybody should pick up a copy of Natalie's poems. And we're not even going to give them out. We want you to buy these copies because really, she's 8 and she's got to get her education. And Natalie, I've got so many questions to ask about the poetry that you have here. If you could pick one, do you have a favorite?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so which one is your favorite? Here you go.
It's called Reaching for the Stars, and it's page 16, but poem number 15.
Okay, so would you like to read it?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You can reach for the stars. You'll get through this soon. You'll dance with the stars. They will be like your friends. But soon you'll realize that their eyes speak lies, that you are on Mars, far from the stars. You're only friends. Your body bends with the stars, yet you fall. You realize you have nothing. They reject you. It's hurting. So when you shoot for the stars, stay on track. Do not fear. Do not look back. Trust me. Soon you'll get through this. Thank you.
Oh, wow. You're going to make me cry again. Really, Natalie, what inspired that particular poem?
When I first realized my talent was poetry, I started reaching for the stars and said, Natalie, you can do it. Whatever you feel like it's your talent, do it. So that's how I began reaching for the stars.
Now, in reaching for the stars, it means you have to jump. It means you have to push yourself hard and get beyond what you know and go beyond who you know. And sometimes you'll fall and people laugh. Has anyone ever laughed at you?
No, they not really, but 2 people laughed at me because I write poems and I write books, because I get to focus so much on my talent, but they do not. So I just said, everything is possible, no matter how people laugh at you.
Oh, that is so well said, and that's the truth about life. So many of us are so busy trying to make sure nobody is laughing at us, and at the end of the day, we go nowhere with our dreams and our plans.
Yeah.
Natalie, you represent a beautiful generation for Kenya, a generation that's about making things happen, reaching for the stars, really. What would you like to say to other girls and boys who are your age and really would like to do what you're doing or would like to do different things, but everybody's looking at them and they're afraid to start?
I would like to say to them, if they feel like there is a talent inside them, they should start them early, as I started poetry early when I was 5 years old. And I want to teach them to read the Bible and always pray to God. And I have a little song for them.
Okay, go for it.
The best book to read is the Bible. The best book to read is the Bible. If you read it on the way, it will help you on the way. The best book to read is the Bible.
Oh, wow. Is there a singing career one day in the future? Or anything is possible?
Yes.
Anything can happen?
Yes.
Mama Natalie, Priscilla, what a beautiful gift.
Thank you.
Born out of a very difficult circumstance.
Yes.
I'm sure you look back and you think, what an awesome God.
Yes, I do. And I'd like to encourage, other parents, especially single mothers. Our situations are different that get us to that situation. But God knows that child long before you even conceived him or her. And he has their plan is in his hands. Whatever they'll become in life, he knows. And he has those answers, and you don't need to worry. All you need to do is to, every day encourage your children and pray for your children. Bless your children and speak words of blessings into their lives every day. And everything is possible. With God, everything is possible, Sheila.
what would you like for Natalie in the future?
I see Natalie going far, and I'd like Natalie to grow up, putting God before her, before herself, before her plans. I'd like her to stay humble and remain humble wherever she goes. And I'd like her to inspire people, inspire other children and people at large. And I'd like one day to look at her and see a big blessing, a testimony, and see what God can do. And I'm seeing that happening in
It's
the
already
future.
happening. I'm sitting here and I can see it, but I can only imagine in another 10 years where you're going to be lovely lady and you go with all our blessings and all of our love and promise that you live out loud with us again soon.
Thanks.
And I know there's a second book. In fact, ta-da!
Called Kenya, My Country, My Story.
And this is out as well. We're going to get signed copies and we're going to wish you all the very, very best.
Thank you so much.
Now, I know that Natalie is on Facebook and you would like to connect with this lovely lady. The possibilities are endless. And I'm daring you to do something you've never done. Stand up for a young girl who's going very, very far. We will connect you to her, so be sure to visit my social media sites. Give me a direct message there. We'll put the links up to her Facebook page and other social media sites so we can connect the dots together. Words, words, words. Difficult circumstances will always be there. But how are we getting through those difficult circumstances? With the gifts that we've been given is the question. So I'll let you think about that a little bit, not for too long. But thank you for catching up with us on this episode. Living Out Loud at Westwood Hotel, all about to sign off. Remember to subscribe to this channel and we see you with the next episode. So live out loud.